Hi friends. I wonder what you are cooking up this week, especially as we get closer to Thanksgiving. I don't know if you're having anything other than turkey. When we're having smaller gatherings, right? There may not be ham, it just may be the bird, which is excellent, and I'm totally excited about that. But for us, it means that we're gonna eat a lot of vegetables at the front end. Not that we won't eat vegetables at the other end, but a lot of vegetables in the front end. And it's Monday night, so we're having Meatless Monday, but it's actually gonna taste like pot roast. So I've got 1 medium onion cooking and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. They're about translucent. Got 4 cloves of garlic minced. Do you have a mincer? It's one of the favorite items in my, oh my goodness, I can already smell the garlic. You want to be careful not to burn garlic, because once you've burned garlic, you can't go back. Can't be saved. So I might turn down my stove just a little bit. So this is a really fun recipe, and it uses jackfruit. Have you ever used jackfruit? Have you ever eaten jackfruit? Jackfruit, the first time I ever ate jackfruit, I was in Uganda. One of my best friends, Jen, 2008, January, I believe. And we were having jackfruit, and it was so good. And it looks like this as a big fruit, but maybe you've seen it in the grocery store, like as a big giant fruit. So it's usually about this big, and it's really prickly on the outside like this. But when you peel it apart, you get these kind of, I don't know if you can see this, you get these kind of pieces of fruit. Now the best thing about jackfruit is that it actually has a great flavor. It's kind of like a banana and a peach, maybe. If you think it's a different combination, let me know. I think it's really lovely. You can get it frozen. Trader Joe's has it in cans. This is in the brine. I've just taken it out of that. It's great for pulled pork sandwiches, but obviously without the pork, using jackfruit instead, you just use your favorite marinade for that. I have a couple other jackfruit recipes. But tonight I'm making pot roast jackfruit, and I love this. So here we go. So 1 onion sauteed in olive oil, 4 cloves of garlic minced or chopped finely. I have a mincer so my hands don't smell like garlic, although if your hands smell like garlic, rub them on your faucet and then it'll stop smelling like garlic. So those minced. Now I'm putting in the jackfruit. Might actually cut the jackfruit up a little bit more. But I mean, you can just get it at Trader Joe's. Not gonna go wrong there. So you're gonna cook the onions till they're translucent. You're gonna cook the garlic just for a minute to get it kind of aromatic and going, because it's gonna keep cooking while it's in with the jackfruit. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut these in half. And then you just let the jackfruit cook for about 5 minutes. I'm not gonna put you through that, but yeah. So it's gonna end up tasting like pot roast. And in the same way it can, I mean, you can use it for tacos. You can make it, if you put a bunch of cumin on it, you put it in the crock pot and let it cook with a can of diced tomatoes and some cumin, it's gonna end up tasting like shredded taco meat and be really yummy. I would probably put 2 cans of this in a crock pot to make tacos, but maybe I'll show you that another night, although I've just explained it to you, so we'll see. Okay, so we're just gonna warm these guys up. Just kind of move them around. Let them get in the onions and the oil mixed in with the garlic. This is 18 ounces. Is it 18 ounces? This is 20 ounces. And this will feed this will probably be 3 servings, I would think. But I've got my carrots and my potatoes set like I would for a pot roast. And there you go. So these are just gonna cook up. Gonna move this back up to medium. Cooking for 5 minutes. Okay, so not really 5 minutes, but I'd say probably 3 or 4, because we're ready to move on to the other stuff. And it's gonna cook for 5 minutes in the sauce that I'm gonna make. So I've got 1 cup of red wine. If you have something really dry, great. If you have something already open in your house, use that, unless you really want to drink it. So I've got 1 cup of red wine. I've got a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of rosemary, salt, and pepper. So this is just regular pot roast spices, right? That's all it is. So you're just treating the jackfruit like it's pot roast. But this is gonna be a cook in the oven for 40 minutes opposed to 6 hours in the crock pot. Now you could do this in the crock pot. I would cook it on low, and I would cook it for 4 hours, and I would probably double the recipe. Because like I said, I'm not looking for a ton of leftovers, but I am looking for tons of flavor. But we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. This meal is basically vegan if you have vegan Worcestershire. And you're gonna be like, Cheryl, why isn't Worcestershire sauce vegan? It has anchovies in it. You can't taste the anchovies, but that's actually what gives you that kind of that kind of just really good, yummy, salty flavor. You get from the anchovies, but you can get vegan Worcestershire. So that is also what you want to put in this. Now, I've also got 2 cups of vegetable broth and a tablespoon of potato starch. I don't like cornstarch, and so I use potato starch, or I use gum gum. So that's gonna thicken up the sauce. So you can see it's really soupy right now, which is great because that's gonna help the potatoes and the carrots get soft in the casserole dish. So we've got the onion, we've got the rosemary, we've got the thyme, salt and pepper, Worcestershire, 2 things of vegetable broth. If you don't have vegetable broth in your freezer, frozen, I would say use this, which is better than bouillon. Use 1 tablespoon for every 8 ounces of water. I had vegetable broth in the freezer, and I thawed it out earlier today, but this stuff is great and really fast, so that's great. Okay, this is gonna cook for 5 minutes, and then we'll go on to the next step. Just gonna let it simmer over medium. Actually, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit because I wanna kind of get a boil going. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, we are bubbling away. I don't know if you have jackfruit in your fridge or if you're thinking about what you can have tomorrow night. You wanna do this. I'm not sure that the baking dish I have is big enough for all the liquid, so I'm going to spoon it over and then dump the rest if I can. So that's my plan. I'm gonna get all of this. I've used a regular onion, but pearl onions would be fabulous in this. So think about that. Okay, maybe it will take it off. My other baking dish is occupied, so we're going for this guy tonight. It smells so good, and I might have tasted the sauce. And I'm telling you, that red wine and that vegetable broth and the Worcestershire sauce seriously tastes like beef broth. So if that's a taste you like and you're afraid it's not going to be in this, friends, don't be afraid. It is so there. It is so there. I might put this on a baking dish just in case it overflows. That might be the way to go with this. Let's do that. Sorry about the noise. Here we go. Okay. I mean, seriously, that looks so good. Okay. Here's the rest of it. Flipping it over so it doesn't have any. There's a little bit of onion on the side over here. I might scoop up. Okay. Little spillage on the side. It's probably gonna boil over. I'm gonna cook that for 40 minutes on 400 degrees. And it goes. Seriously, so easy. Smells phenomenal. I'll let you see it when it's done. Okay, we're ready. It's a good thing I put that extra pan on because it did bubble over a little bit. So what do you think? Looks really yummy and really hot. So, okay. Just gonna soup it up. The carrots are good. Potatoes are soft. Carrots are a little bit crunchy still, but that's okay. We have teeth. And, oh my gosh, it smells so good. Come over. Have some jackfruit pot roast. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be yummy. Okay. This is a really good dinner idea. You're gonna like this. Love from New Jersey, friends.